Shawn Ray versus Derek Lunsford. This is hardly what I would call two big beasts. These are two very aesthetically pleasing bodybuilders. I'm sure somebody will comment right away. Derek's not aesthetically pleasing. Well, he is. He is. Looks pretty good. I don't like his stance versus Shawn Ray's. I love that old school stance. Perfection. He might have been wearing a wig. But anyway, this is your winning video for fan requested Friday. So get this video up to, we'll say 400 likes. We'll do the remaining requests. Some interesting ones there, guys. Go through these shots now. You'll notice that first picture was 94. Shawn Ray. This is 91. 92. 1992. Not 91. But having said that, the picture's kind of tilted a little bit thusly. Yeah, the angle's downward. Very difficult to size, things of that nature. But having said that, I would wager to say that Derek would be a lot bigger. He has a lot more meat on the hoof. Let's face it. Guy's a beast compared to, well, like I said, these guys are not two big beasts. But of course, Shawn Ray put on a lot of muscle since then. For instance, here in 1997, Shawn Ray exhibited perhaps the best front poses that he ever brought to the Olympia stage. Took third. These guys both took third this year. Isn't that funny? You know, it's Dexter. What did Dexter say? Shawn had a little... Well, never mind. Anyway, Shawn has a supreme physique. Look at how aesthetically pleasing he is. He is a shoo-in for classic physique division. Look at this. But he has a lot of meat. But then when you look at Derek, come on, guys. What way do you think the judges would go? Derek looks like he's 20 pounds heavier. He probably would be. Wouldn't he? Huh? 20 pounds? More than Ray? Ray! Kojak do got a wig on. Ray! Here's the front lat spread. And difficult to make a decision on this, for sure. Shawn Ray, a lot of these pictures, they're angled downward. This is from 1995 of Ray, and I believe this was when he had that wig on. I believe Dexter the Blade Jackson, he was the one that ratted him out. And about the little Willie. But having said that, in the 90s, the front lat spreads were premium stuff because of Dorian Yates. They were all chasing him. And Ray, he had a pretty good front lat spread depending on the year. 95, obviously, pretty darn good. Turn to the side here. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Sizing, of course, always an issue. When you don't see the whole body, when you can't see the bottoms of their feet. But having said that, Derek bends at the knees quite a bit versus Shawn Ray. Of course, Shawn, he was so short back in the day, he had to maximize his height. Dorian Yates, he wasn't crouching down, that's for sure. Nobody did, really, back in the day. So nobody could afford to give up the height that Derek does nowadays. But he is twice as wide. I mean, come on. Here's the side tricep, and this is a good pose for Shawn in 1996. That's the year that we're looking at, but I don't know if he was always this good. I think the angle is just perfect. Makes that tricep look huge, bigger than Derek's even. His whole body's bigger than Shawn's, though. He's making him look like a classic physique division competitor. Isn't he? Yeah. Sure, it's an unpopular decision, but Derek would be winning heading into the back shots. He's just too big. And I can hear you guys now. But Mark's max muscle. You missized it again. They're the same height. You made Shawn too tall. I'm going to do it tonight. Whoa. Anyway, like I mentioned, Derek he bends at the knees. Much, much more than poor little Shawn. But one thing about poor little Ray, he is striated in those glutes. Ah, me laddie buck, striated in the glutes. 1994. Blurry picture, hard to actually see the condition. Here's 95. 95, pretty underrated for Shawn Ray. Maybe. Condition-wise. I mean, he's probably going to get him. The size of his big glutes. Hey, look beyond Shawn Ray. You could see a dude standing there. Yeah, buddy. Ding, ding, ding. Peanut time. It's Ronnie King Coleman, for goodness sakes. Here's the rear double. And again, that thick Donald substantialness of Derek. This young, is he a Christian? I don't want to get that wrong. He's not a Jew, is he? Is he a Christian? Jew?
Oh, it's all Greek to me. And I mean no specific
disrespect to any of those groups. Any of those groups. I don't watch that sport. It's like, what team do you like? Well, I don't watch that sport, so I don't favor any team. But considering that's nor here nor there, this is a 91, Shawn Ray. Let's forget about the 91 and up the ante. Look at that back double of Shawn Ray. This is a standard of its time. When that picture was taken, it was like a moment in time captured in one little vessel. Whatever the noise would have been. Wow. Ray, just as or more conditioned as Derek Lunsford, a modern day athlete, and not too many of the guys were that conditioned. I can tell you that. Aside from Yates, Andreas Munzer, maybe, Hamandu Akutlu, maybe. Oh yeah, but Ray was up there condition-wise. Now size-wise, that's going to be a different story altogether. But Shawn Ray, I remember years ago when he was competing, he was one of my favorites. I liked Flex, sure, I liked Kevin, Dorian, meh. Shawn Ray, he was my absolute favorite. Looked up to you, Shawn. Looked up to you big time. You were the man. You were the man for sure. But anyway, kind of went off there. The abs and thigh. Another great shot for Shawn Ray. And another perfect example of how you can defeat a bodybuilder that is in just as good of condition, overall anyway, not from the front. But you guys know what I mean. You can get a victory over a bigger guy, just as conditioned, with overall aesthetics, shape, and design. Because let's face it, Ray, there's no way he's as heavy as Derek. One of you geniosos in the comments section below, let us know both of their weights. A lot of the guys from the 90s, like Lee Priest, things of that nature, they weren't as heavy as they looked. And nowadays, they're behemoths. They like to tip that scale. Oh, I want to chase that number. But anyway, here's the most muscular. Another perfect shot for Ray. He wasn't just a ripped dude like a Frank Zane. Because I liked Zane, but not like Ray. He was packing muscle. A lot of muscle. And he was able to match a lot of those big guys. And Derek, I don't know. There's a certain quality of the 90s guys. And here is a crab position, a perfect example of yet another example of how you can just beat that huge muscle with harder, denser, more perfectly developed physique. With a perfectly developed physique. All right, did I say that? Yeah. I am just mesmerized. I'm sure you are as well. Looking at Shawn Ray. Probably can't even hear my harmonious tones. So, to Shawn Ray, from me, Mark's Max Muscle, my editor, Terry, my staff, and all 50 plus thousand of my subscribers, we all thank you for being the true vessel in which shows us the perfect human physique. Not too much. Definitely not too less. Any more is too much. Any less, it's not muscular enough. Shawn Ray is in the Goldilocks zone. This is a good physique, for sure. Feathering in the quad. Not missing anything. Would Derek beat him? Sure. Just a little too big.
He's making him look a little too thin.
Would Shawn Ray agree with that? No. He'd say the aesthetics are too much, and he could be right. We don't have bodybuilders that look like this. Not anymore. They're all following these protocols, and just like Shawn Ray says, they listen to some guru instead of listening to another great champion, like Shawn Ray did. He listened to, who was it? Mike Christian. I think Mike Christian gave him some good advice, So Derek, go talk to, I don't know, who was good? Patrick Moore? Wow.
I'd want to hang out with Pat if he was going to like a rough and tumble bar or something like that.
He could help you out. Probably a lot more than Derek could. Or Shawn, for that matter. Anyway, a little bit of foolishness there at the end, but Shawn Ray's physique sells itself. He gets a moral victory, let's just say, in this one. He always does. He always ends up looking good, even when he lost to Dorian all those times. Have a nice one, guys.